Last week was Thanksgiving, and it was beautiful. We didn't have a big fall because it's been dry here, so we didn't have a lot of autumn color like we have here. But before you know it, you turn around and it's winter, just like that. We've already had, I think, two snows this year. The last one we had was about 4 inches. Normally, I love snow. Um, when I used to live by myself, I used to sleep with my bedroom window open all winter, not just a crack, all the way open, with a box fan in the window, pointing at the bed. Oh man, I miss those days. I mean, that's what a quilt is for, isn't it? To keep you warm. Well, those days are gone. Everybody complains about the house being too cold, especially my mother when my mother was here. She used to think I was crazy, but she's the one that raised me. So a while back, I talked about things that we collect as quilters. And the one that I showed the first time was oil cans, which is probably a little off to the side, but I loved my oil cans. But the one that I have today is a little more common. So I have this little box of treasures here. This is what you would really expect from a quilter of any, oh my goodness, caliber, is thimbles. I think any quilter of any ilk has at least a couple thimbles. And I'll bring the camera in a little bit closer so that you could see. Now, these are really just a collection because some of these are so small. I mean, really, my pinky barely fits in there. But some of them, this one looks like it's copper almost, but copper I think is too soft. But it looks like copper. Some of these are plastic. Some of these are topless, but some of them are quite pretty. But really, there's way too many here. And the other thing, this almost looks like a Holly Hobby box. It's not Holly Hobby, but it really almost looks like that. But I'm going to bring the camera in so you can see a little bit closer. So I hope you can see a little bit better that some of these look like they're copper. Some of them are probably stainless steel. Some of them are just plastic. But I don't really have a ton of them. Oh, wait. I think I do have a couple more. I forgot about these. I think I bought this as one whole collection. This has all kinds of different ones. There's leather ones in here, some clover leather ones. I think there's two clovers in here. Then there's just some black leather ones. And some of these do a pretty good job of fitting. This one's nice because it's separated here so it is adjustable. And so it could be used on different fingers. I'm sure some of these are quite old, but also some of them are, just collector ones. This one here is Ford Winter Home. Let's see what else is in here. Precious Moments. Some of these I don't know if I can get out. Oh, this is a cute one. I almost need tweezers. This looks like it's got a train on top. No, is that a train or a barn? No, it's a barn. The apple barn. To me, it almost looks like a Monopoly set piece, but I don't think that's what it is. Wonder what I could use to get those out. So a lot of these I think were collectibles. Uh, Great Smoky Mountains. Now I know I'm not the only one that has thimbles. So if some of you have some thimbles that you'd like to share, we'd like to see some of those in the comment section. Maybe some of your more unusual thimbles. This is a really nice thimble, but see, this one's way too small for any of my fingers. That one's not coming out. That one's not coming out. I have a thought though. They came out. So I have a lot more plastic ones. Let's put the plastic ones together. This is kind of a silicone combo. This one here is Edison Winter Home. I guess there was a Winter Home collection. Heavenly Winery. Dresden, Ohio. Not heard of that. You would think I would have. New Mexico. That's a whole nother collection there we could talk about later. I don't know what this is. Some kind of a bead. That doesn't belong in there. And I'll tell you the truth, to be perfectly honest. I collected these, some of these. This is really pretty. That's like an inlaid. It looks like a black onyx and white mother of pearl. But that again is too small for me to use. Another collectible. The ones that are not usable, I don't know what to do with. This almost looks like an Indian, Native American version. It looks almost like a canoe that they built. I could be wrong. Sanibel Island. We have been to Sanibel, but I did not buy that. I don't think I'm going to keep these now. This is a wooden one. Has anyone seen a wooden thimble before? This one's got little tiny gemstones. I don't know if you can see that. Green, pink gemstones all around the bottom. I don't have any reason to keep these. My mother collected them. Mother wanted them. I will probably keep a couple that fit, but Minnesota. When one of the things I haven't discussed, but when we get to the new studio, I know you can't see my face. When we get to the new studio, one of the things I do want to do is have it a little bit more streamlined. I've lived in pretty much utter chaos for the last 5 years. Everything's been a mess. Everything's disorganized. So when the studio is finished, it's going to be cleaner and a little more streamlined and not as many tchotchkes and things around both they used to have upstairs and downstairs, so it's not going to have all of that. So I'm not going to need like 12 black leather thimbles that don't fit, or 3 clover thimbles that don't fit. I'm not going to need all of this. And oh, wait a second, I just remembered. There's a couple more here. Someone made me that little block before I moved. It's a little house. Unicorn. I don't know what this is. Avon. Here's another wooden one from the Ohio Caverns. Now, I actually went to the Ohio Caverns. When I was young, I had asthma. And when we went My mom's told me this story, so take it with a grain of salt. But my mom said I always had trouble breathing as a child, but we went down into the Ohio caverns, and when I came back out, I could breathe. Never had problem breathing after that. This one has a cat and a mouse, and the thimbles a barrel. Maine. Let's see. Niagara Falls. Can't read that one. Australia Zoo. Wow. South Dakota. Black Hills. Another wooden one. Oh, I have a case for this one too. I don't know where it's at. Another case like this that all of these went in. Oh my goodness. Aunt Jemima. I don't know if that's acceptable now. This one's quite lovely. It's got a royal, like a Queen of England crown on it. That's quite lovely. Oh, wow. Now that's unusual also. That's glass with like, looks like a blue bonnet or something on it. Stallion. Maybe I should keep that one. Here's an Amish cart in pewter. Another kitty cat. Where's the other cat? Elephant, pewter. Branson, Missouri. This has a white and a black musician. Oh, he's a taste tester. Cypress Gardens. I have been there. This is another train. I wonder how many train pieces I have. Another elephant. Did I have an elephant already? I thought I did. Oh, yeah. This must be an Avon collection. Another unicorn. This appears to be homemade. Looks like a cartoon. Another Precious Moments. Where did that other one go? Oh, this looks like another one of those. I don't know what that is. Another Avon. So I don't know. I don't need all of these. I need to sort them into categories, I suppose. But this is just, as I said, one of those things. This emblem fell off of one of them. It'd be nice if some of these fit, but the vast majority of them do not. And a lot of them are just collector's items. And a lot of people don't collect these kinds of things anymore. So this is just one of those fun things that that we collect. I know that this has to be one that a vast majority of you have at least several, maybe not this many, because few people are as insane as my mother and I were. God bless her. But I would love to see some photos of other people's thimble collection, because you can't leave me hanging out in on a limb being the only one with a crazy thimble collection. So in the comment section, I would really appreciate it if we had some other thimble collections, so that you don't leave me standing. Abraham Lincoln. Some winter ski. There's ice skating there. Yes, I think I'm going to divide these into different categories and then decide what to do with them. But really, I only want ones that fit. I only want practical ones. I don't want souvenir ones. I have a couple upstairs in my actual sewing drawer also that ones that I didn't bring down that I actually use for applique sometimes for stitching when where's the wooden one? For when I'm stitching something that's quite thick or hard. Sometimes when I'm appliquing the angels with the silk dupioni, sometimes those can be a little tricky to grab hold of the thread or to get it through a thick area of several layers of applique. See, this is a big one. That fits. But it's got a Canada emblem on top. I don't know if that would damage the emblem if you ever scratched it up there. This one's missing this emblem. That has to be glued back. So, yes, please post some photos. It's funny, this one still has a price on it from the Henry Ford Museum, $1.25. I wish it had the date on it. Of course, it's not going to have that. And if I was really smart, I would know which one of these are pewter, sterling silver, or just imitation silver, or I know the plastic ones. How about that? That's because I grew up with plastic. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to say what that is. There's another one with no emblem. So that's it for today. I really am anxious to see some of your more exotic thimbles, some of your really large thimble collections, because I know some of you have them. And oh, the memories. Maybe a couple stories of your thimble memories as well. But my mom liked all kinds of collections, and once she started a collection of one or two things, she just loved to keep adding to it. It didn't. That was the only excuse she needed, was that she already had one started. So didn't take much more of an excuse than that. This kind I find useful, that have the hole in the top. They don't make my fingers sweat as much either, which I like. So that's it for me today. I've got to actually get to work. I've still got work to do. What am I doing today? Some more windows. I do have a quilt on the frame today over there, but I have to actually monitor it. I'm at the very top of it where it's catching the batting still, so I can't let that run while I'm not there. But thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be doing an actual quilting video, I think, in the next few days. So trying to get back into the slip of things. But thanks for joining me today. I am looking forward to seeing your thimbles. I wonder how many's here. If anyone wants to venture a guess how many thimbles are here, I'd be curious. No counting, just guessing. And I guess that's it. Until next time, keep these things together.